Hi, sweetheart. This book is called Goodnight Goon by Michael Rex. It's kind of like Goodnight Moon, Goodnight Brush, Goodnight Comb, Goodnight Mush, but this one's called Goodnight Goon. There's no cows jumping over the moon. This is like for Halloween. In the cold gray tomb, there was a gravestone and a black lagoon and a picture of Martians taking over the moon. And there were 3 little mummies rubbing their tummies. And 2 hairy claws and a set of jaws and a loud screechy bat and a black hat. And a skull and a shoe and a pot full of goo and a hairy old werewolf who was hollering, "Boo!" Good night, tomb. Good night, Goon. Good night, Martians taking over the moon. Good night, Bones and the Black Lagoon. Good night, mummies. Good night, tummies. Good night, claws. And good night, jaws. Good night, moans, and good night, groans. Good night, screechy bat. And good night, hat. Good night, skull. And good night, shoe. Good night, creature. Good night, goo. Oh, he's eating it. And good night to the old werewolf hollering boo. Good night, you. Get under there. Good night, monsters everywhere. And that's the end of Good Night, Goon. Instead of Goodnight Moon. Okay, sweetheart, see you next time.